Good afternoon, comic book fans. Welcome back to Ka-Pow Comics. I'm your ever-loving host, Shorty, and it's New Comic Day. That's why I'm here. It's hopefully why you're here. I'm going to do something I don't really do straight off the bat, though. I'm just going to drop a little link into the comments here. You don't have to click it. It's probably relevant to everyone here, but I've been going through some of our old action figures we had in store. Some of them have reduced down to try and get rid of them. But what I do with stuff like this has been sat on our shelf for a while. I'll check, see what they're going for on eBay. Because every once in a while we'll have something in the store for years that nobody's bought, and I've reduced it once already, and I'm about to reduce it again, and all of a sudden it occurs to me there could be people out there in the world who don't have a local comic book store that has these stuff sat on the shelf and they missed a chance to buy them at half price, so I'll stick them on eBay. I do this to make money. It is not really out of the goodness of my heart, I hate to say. I literally just occasionally need to pay some bills. So the link there is to 3 eBay auctions for Batman animated action figures. They're apparently reasonably hard to get hold of. I put them all at reasonably low opening bids compared to what everyone else got them on eBay. If you want them, bid on them. If you know somebody who might want them, to point them in their direction. That's it, though. That's all that kind of stuff out of the way. We're now going to get on to New Comic Book Day stuff. And there's weirdly a lot of stuff here. So I'm going to have to kind of mess around a little bit to get it all in front of you. There's also a few things which are kind of back orders that arrive in stock that I usually wouldn't bother telling you about, but they are pretty damn cool. And if I've got them, hopefully, if you've got another comic book store that you buy from, they might have them too. You should check them out. I'm going to start with manga, graphic novels, and the like. First off, Goblin Slayer. That's wrapped in plastic to keep all the adult material away from children. This is one of those things that we still just get loads of people asking for. We're going to sell out at this point by the end of the day. What we don't get asked for quite so much these days, but still kind of cool. One Punch Man, I've got a couple of those in. This one I kind of got because of the title. I can't help but feel it's a bit RP, or tabletop RPG, should I say. The Strange Adventure of a Broke Mercenary. That just feels like a start of an awful lot of role-playing games. This one, Bungo, Stray Dogs Beast. I like that title. I don't know how to tell you. Somebody has already, I think, maybe based on the title, I don't know, said they want a copy of it, so I've only got one spare. But it's just such an odd title, and I like it. Another one, we've got only one left already. Junji Ito, Remina, or Remina. I'm not entirely sure where the stress would lie on that word, but one of them has already been claimed. Junji Ito's horror stuff very rarely stays around. But I'm just like, the planet noticed our existence. Just excellently creepy stuff. The Unbeatable Squirrel Girl. Squirrels just want to have fun. I'm not sure if this is back order or if that's there for somebody. This next lot is a big pile of back order, but I kind of like the fact they all arrived at the same time. We have the Adventure Zones, 2 copies of Volume 1, then 2 and 3, and then 2 copies of Volume 4. So if you've been thinking, ooh, Adventure Zone, I've heard good things about that. Now is the time to go and get them. But I think I'm going to at least read that one. I've heard a lot of good stuff, so I think one of them is at least going to be me checking it out. An actual couple of new things as well now. First, should I say, Star Wars High Republic trades, and the latest Venom. I'm not sure if this is the last one. King in Black. No, this stuff after King in Black, surely. Back orders now, but absolutely worth your time. Department of Truth Volume 1. This has actually been out of stock for a long time, so if anyone's been waiting for that one, they might already be spoken for. I've not checked against my orders for those. What can go straight on the shelf, though, is Spurious Hellblazer Volume 1. Genuinely one of the best Hellblazer stories I've ever read, and definitely the best thing I've read from that character in a good few years. And finally, a nice big hefty Rick and Morty Dungeons and Dragons. I like Rick and Morty, the TV show. I genuinely do. I find it interesting and challenging every once in a while. But I do not like the comic book. What I did enjoy was a Dungeons and Dragons crossover, because it had the chance to use Dungeons and Dragons as a punchline, but it didn't. It was kind of written with love. The punchlines were sometimes the people who played D&D, but in a way that if you play D&D yourself, you've probably encountered any tabletop RPG. You've probably encountered some of the types of people they are using as punchlines. And as a role-playing fan, it's like, yeah, those people exist, and sometimes it's fine to laugh at them. Genuinely good comic book. The only Rick and Morty comic book I'd actually recommend to anyone. And I own a comic book store. But that's that lot. On to merch and assorted products now. There's not that much this week. We've got a new Warhammer 40,000 figure, basically a different paint job on the Sisters of Battle. I think it is, in fact, pretty much the exact same model, just different paint job. Kind of shows like what you can do with the artist proof ones we've got, which are blank vinyl and very, very easy to paint. Just means you can basically pick your color scheme and go to town on it. I was joking with one of my regulars today that I kind of want somebody to come in and like place an order for like 80 of the Space Marines, and then just make an army of that that scale. That'd be absolutely brilliant. And not just for me as somebody who owns a store, but like I'd love to see that. I love to be turning up to a battle. It's like, oh yes, and here's my army. Anyway, now onto the Transformers part of the day. To be honest, it's going to be over fairly quickly because, you know, it's not like I order crap loads of these things. But just to warn you guys, for a few minutes, well, for a moment at least, you're going to get some Transformer stuff. And I actually have to step away slightly to show you this one. I've ordered this in for a customer. Genuinely consider ordering an extra one because quite often when we get the hella expensive ones, not a lot of stores get them in. So when they sell out everywhere else and small pokey comic book store in North of England still have a couple left in, we can make some money on them. But this one I decided against it. But now, human for scale, the Autobot Arc, 150, 160 quid at least, but probably going to be worth the money for whoever wants that one. This one I actually really annoyed. I did add an extra one, but not in time to get it in, so unfortunately I got one of these. This one has been ordered, but I would love my home Rodimus Prime. Shame I didn't think too far ahead on that one. Next up, Maximal T-Rex, which is just what it sounds like. Oh, sorry, let's try to get some light into the box there. No, that's not going to happen. He's quite far back in there. And Rhinox, which I had no idea was a thing, but there you go, Rhinox. Why the hell not? And then three little ones. We have Predacon Scorponok, Wing Finger, and Trax, which all seem to be looking at the packaging in the same kind of set there. And that is a pile of Transformers, all for one person. At least I think I'd have to check. I'm fairly sure that's all for the same person. I need to go move some comic books down this end now, because you can probably imagine those Transformers took up quite a bit of space. Bear with me. Don't worry, I'm not going anywhere. I am just rearranging. Bring both boxes over at the same time, so I don't have to disappear for one later. And yes, that wasn't falling over, but it's not valuable, so it's fine. Oh, hey, you're still here. Okay, comic books. Before I get into the comic books, it's free comic book day for us, at least on Saturday. And I now have, I think, 6 boxes worth of free comic books. If you're watching this in the UK, your local store may have already done or is in the process of doing some kind of free comic book day event. But I know not everyone has done them yet. I know Forbidden Planets at least have been holding off, and a few of the ones local to us have made the decision, in my mind, the correct decision, to hold off for a couple of weeks and wait until everything has arrived in the UK. It basically means you're not going to put customers out if they're making a trip down to find a store that's giving away free comic books every day, having to come back a couple of weeks later to get a couple of extra cool indie ones you missed out on. It is kind of a lame thing to do. Yes, we run the risk of peeing off some people, but that's what we did. But what I'll do is on Saturday morning, I'm going to come in early, as I always do for comic book day, grab some nice big bacon sandwich, and make sure everything's set up and good to go. So the first people through the door at 9 o'clock in the morning can come and just grab what they need and hopefully just not miss out on anything. What I'll do is I'll do a little video just running through everything that's on there. A little bit of a breakdown. Now, all this information is available on the Free Comic Book Day website. You don't need me for this one, but just in case you're curious, I'm going to run through each and every one that we're able to get in. UK stores, as always, can't get all of them in, and also because we're a small-ish store in the north of England, as previously mentioned, we're not necessarily going to have every single thing that's available, simply because there's not always demand for it. And every year, there's stuff we have left over, sometimes because I think it's going to be cool and it isn't. Sometimes it's because it gets pushed really heavily as part of a free comic book day thing, but then because of delays, reviews start coming out, it turns out people don't really care about it. Last year, kind of, we had the Vin Diesel Valiant thing. I forgot what it's called right now, but they were really pushing the movie, and they put his face on the free comic book day thing. So I was like, yeah, okay, it's Vin Diesel doing action movie, doing superhero comic book action movie. Everyone's gonna love this, and it got kind of slated, and we gave away, I think, like 7 of the 40 I ordered. So there's always that risk that we're not going to get everything in, or we're going to get a bunch of stuff left over. But I will run through it all on Saturday. For today, though, this is stuff that's in now, available for sale tomorrow, starting at the front with the A's. Action Comics, Attack on the House of L, also featuring Midnighter by Becky Cloonan. Yay. I do like Midnighter. For people who haven't been reading it, by the way, the Superman and the Authority had a very cool Midnighter and Apollo moment in the last issue. You should be checking that out. Anyway, onwards. Alien. Apparently that thing on the cover there is kind of, awesome. I've been hearing people talk about that cover for a while, even though it's not even out until today, or tomorrow, should I say. Marvel Comics science fiction fantasy book, Amazing Fantasy. Issue 1 was kind of entertaining. I kind of recommend picking that one up if you're so inclined. Amazing Spider-Man 72 tied into Sinister War. Some weird creature about to try and eat Spider-Man, apparently. Avengers Annual, which also ties into the Infinite Destinies, which has been a thing. For me, first one for me today, Barbaric, the sealed version for me. I've not even opened the sealed version number 2 yet. I don't know, I feel kind of weird to open that up. I kind of went for it when issue 1 came out, because I really liked it, but a lot of people added it on after issue 1 already came. So I thought if I spread the orders between the regular and the variant, I could at least have a better chance of getting it in. Turns out we have enough of the regular for everyone, and the variant is mine by just necessity. Next up, Garth Ennis, carrying on proving that Batman is horrible, with Batman Reptilian. Excellent Joker cover there. Far better than the variant. Don't get me wrong, there's something like classic about the variant, but when you compare it to Liam Sharp just going to town on the Joker, I mean, yeah, I know which one I'd rather have. Batman Superman, just for the person who gets everything with Superman in it. There's a few that were delayed from last week. This is the first one of which, Beyond the Breach issue 2. Basically got added on just a little bit late in the day by somebody, so we didn't get it in time. Black Widow, is that Black Widow? Yes, it is. There's a lot going on that cover. Oh, Bel Air. Thompson Industries, Black Widow, Bel Air Hotel, Casa Grande, Del Tour. Yeah, they've basically put an awful lot of the creative stuff into the artwork there. I really like that. Blade Runner 2029 issue 7. Brand new Cable book for anyone who cares. It's Old Man Cable, apparently, or Cable Reloaded, because I think they've kind of done the Old Man thing to death by now. The cover there is kind of just, it's a cover, it's fine. But Liefeld has come back, obviously, for Cable, and throwing Deadpool in the mix as well, with massive guns. I kind of feel like I should take some time to dismantle how bad this cover is, but I honestly don't have time. To be honest, actually having looked at it, as much as I will criticize Liefeld, and I will, I've seen actually way worse artwork by him. The coloring, at least, was very cool. Checkmate for the Checkmate fans, for people who do like their Bendis. Conan the Barbarian, because you go around doing Conan-y-like things. Another issue 1 from Marvel, Darkhawk. I actually don't know anything about who Darkhawk is or what they're up to, but, it is a thing. Big one, Department of Truth Fact. This is actually a really big week for us in terms of like our best-selling titles all arriving at the same time. You effectively have Tinian and Kieran Gillen basically bringing it this week. But yes, regular old Department of Truth for everyone else, and for me, the very cool little variant there. Delayed from last week. From last month, I suppose. Now, Detective Comics 1041, or maybe last week. Maybe this one is just, maybe the entire thing was delayed. Detective Comics 1042, Batman Pushed to the Edge, and for me, the variant there, which is very cool. Speaking of big sales for us, I knew that was going to happen. Sorry, just bear with me. There is a reason why comics have just fell over a little bit, and it's my own fault for not doing better with it. But yes, Die comic, the penultimate Die. Me and a few friends have been talking about this one and how, not necessarily how cool it's been, because we don't know that. It is literally one of the best comics on the market at the moment, especially if you're into tabletop RPGs. But it's so in depth that it's been running for so long with a few little breaks here and there that we're at the point now where me and a few people are thinking, let's start reading it again from the beginning. And then by the time issue 20 rolls around, we'll be back up to speed. The reason stuff fell over is J.H. Williams III decided to do a comic book this way around. Don't get me wrong, I do like that he's done it. It's very, very cool they've done it. I don't know if J.H. Williams Sam. Yeah, I think that's it. I actually don't know. Honestly, I've never looked into it. I've been criticised in the past before for not paying enough attention to creators, but honestly, J.H. Williams III is just J.H. Williams. I have no idea anything else about them. But yes, they've decided to do a comic book that way round. I'm down for it. I can't wait to read it, but it does mean stuff has a tendency to fall over when it's like that because it doesn't have a spine to give it basically the structure. Extreme Carnage issue 5, Riot with Scotty Young variant. Particularly like that one. One that was delayed from last. Oh, although I think they've sent us the wrong one of this. This feels like it's just a regular cover rather than the cardboard cover, which is actually what we missed. So I might have to check into that one. If you are still waiting for it, all I can do is apologise. They may have just sent us the wrong one. Harley Quinn with Catwoman on the cover. Very, very cool. I'm still enjoying that one. Definitely pick up the trade. Homesick Pilots variant, which didn't arrive last week, has finally arrived this week. Horizon Zero Dawn Liberation issue 2. It's all right. Oh, Ice Cream Man issue 25, anniversary style thing. Do like that cover. Straight to the point there. But just order kind of for me. I mean, I don't read ice. Well, I don't buy Ice Cream Man. I read it. I get the trades, but I do like Simmons, and I think that is an excellent cover. So there's that as well. Right, let's go and put box 1 to one side. So we'll start on box 2. Box 2 in it. First bit of this one is a huge chunk that's all the same thing but various covers. I have to go back and check to see who's ordered which covers. There is spares of this. I specifically doubled up on some orders to make sure it wouldn't run out of King Spawn issue 1. The first new Spawn title for quite some time, as I've been told by pretty much everyone in the industry. But we have the McFarlane on his throne there variant cover. Finch cover, which I do really, really like. And that one has some scuffs on it. I might have to do something about that. Bear with me 1 second. Who's the other cover by? Oh, Murphy. Sean Murphy, of course. I thought I recognized it, but it was just like trying to find exactly where I recognized it from. Batman Curse of the White Knight. Of course it is. That's brilliant. Another one delayed from last week, Marjorie Finnegan, Temporal Criminal. Glad that one's arrived. It's one I'm particularly enjoying. Marvel Voices Identity issue 1, which looking at it is Asian Americans. Mother of Madness issue 2, really, really liked issue. Still no confirmation it's actually going to get made into a TV series or a movie or anything like that, so just enjoy it for what it is. It's great. Nice Assassin Lake issue 1, third printing, that has been ordered recently. It was supposed to have a number 3 as well on the invoice. It never arrived. I do apologize. Non-Stop Spider-Man issue 4. Neil Gaiman's Norse Mythology issue 3. Nice little cover title there. After a long break, more Kieran Gillen, Once and Future. Excellent cover there. Can't wait to get back into that one. Robin, Rumble of the Robins. Excellent title. Ruby Justice League, a crossover which I was surprised anyone cared about, but we did get some people, so that's cool. Something is Killing the Children, still going and still very popular, at least for everyone outside of this store. In this store, we got one person who's down for it. Nobody else seems to care. Although something tells me one of the 3 comic book day ones will go. Spider-Man, Life Story Annual number 1, which is effectively the story of Spider-Man retold through his greatest nemesis, J. Jonah Jameson. Star Wars War of the Bounty Hunter's Darth Vader, the Assassin's Choice, and Star Wars War of the Bounty Hunter Dr. Aphra, Guest of Honor. So, yeah, lots of Star Wars there. Strange Academy, still can't wait to carry on reading that one when the next book comes out. And Superman 78. Actually, after not being 100% enamored with Batman, kind of curious to see how that one goes. Superman, Son of Kal-El, issue 2. So love the first one. I've ordered the second print for myself because I do not want to be able to add it. Superman versus Lobo, because of course it is. Tim Seeley, though. I like Seeley. Could be fun. Symbiote Spider-Man Crossroads. Apparently that's a thing. Siphon issue 2. Issue 1 was very cool. Nice high concept. Really looking forward to how that goes. That's an American Gothic ripoff. Excellent. That Texas Blood. Love that comic book. Still really liking it. A year after I started reading it. Thor 16 from Donny Cates. Almost done now. He's having to lean over a little bit. Vampirella, the ongoing, for anyone who's down for that one. One of the craziest things we're getting at the moment, vinyl. yeah, it's just weird and cool. Winter Guard, which like Winter Soldier Team something, I don't know. I'm not really sure what's going on with that one, but I imagine it's going to be impressive for the people who get it. Wolverine, I do like that cover. Literally Wolverine with his spine on display because his back's being ripped apart. Excellent choice. With the variant cover there, I think that is the Asian American variant cover. Wonder Woman as a regular, and Wonder Woman. Black and gold. Wasn't it black, white, and gold then? Unnecessary. And then a couple which were shown from last week: X-Core and Trial of Magneto. Okay. Was there anything else? No, that's it. I'm officially done. I'm going to now open the door and carry on my day as if nothing had happened. I might see about sneaking and reviewing. I do have some extra time today before I do anything else after finish work. So if you're still around, like around the 5:30 mark, UK or GMT, then you never know. You might get an extra review. If not, though, I'll see you tomorrow. Look after each other, everyone. Stay safe.